morning, everyone. If you can please take your seats now. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the second edition of Entrepreneurs Conclave 2015. This year, the hunt for the most promising young entrepreneur continues in partnership with Subcomedia, Al Wisal, Merch 104.8, and Y Magazine. Our main sponsors are Muscat Securities Market, Startup Oman, BMW, Redline Communications, Strategic Partner Lighthouse, Print Media Partner, Al Watan and Oman Tribune. Social media partners, Socioholics. Our venue partners are Alia Jabal Akhdar and Grand Hyatt Muscat. Decor partners, Desert Dreams and Talmas Music Center. After the grand success of the first edition, where 20 young entrepreneurs participated to a case study in a regatta session, this year, new set of young entrepreneurs got together for a new challenge. The first challenge was solving a case study in Jabal Akhdar together with their mentors. Today, at the grand final of Entrepreneur Conclave, 7 finalists will present their successful stories to our critic panel. Many thanks to the young entrepreneurs and the established brand ambassadors who have been with us all the way from Jabal Akhdar to Grand Hyatt Muscat today. They deserve a round of applause, please. And ladies and gentlemen, today is when talent meets opportunity. Without further ado, I would like to call upon Mr. Zamil Amin from the Experiment Events. Let's welcome him on stage.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I'm Zamil from Experiment Events. As she said, this is our second edition of Entrepreneurs Conclave. It was an initiative when we started it. It was more like a dream, actually, to get it through. The first edition, if you guys are not familiar with first edition, what we did was we take 20 entrepreneurs. We had an event last March 29th, 2014, where everybody met at Oman Sale. They had to solve a case study, and then they went for a regatta session, basically. This year, we wanted to take it to a different level, actually. That's where we decided to make it a lengthier program. So we had actually 3 main parts. Today, we are on the 3rd part. The first part happened at Jabal Akhdar, where we took 20 entrepreneurs who are basically established and the young entrepreneurs. This time we give them a real-time case study, which was all about Jabal Akhdar. The story was they had to form a solution on how Jabal Akhdar could be improved when it comes to SMEs or tourism and in any other manner. Then the next day morning, they all went for a hiking session. I'm sure a few of them can share their stories on hiking, how it went all about. Then, after we finished, we shortlisted the 7 finalists, whom you can see them here, and we took them for a workshop, which basically we trained them on how today they can perform. We drilled them on how to squeeze their overall business pitch to a 5 minutes presentation. I guess still yesterday people were saying that the young entrepreneurs were saying that they're still at 7.5, 6, they still want to take it to 5 minutes. So inshallah, thank you for all your support. It's lovely, it's a pleasure to have you all here. We will continue this journey. 2015, 2016 will come up for sure. Just wanted to take you through a few glimpses. A first video about what we are actually, Experiment Events. So that's what we are. If you want to know what's our background, where we come from, and why we are doing this, we have excelled ourselves in corporate events. That's when we have the confidence to basically put up a show like this. The next video, what we'll show you is a small advertisement what we have released basically before the event.
Money. What is it good for if not doing it for passion? We at Entrepreneurs Conclave looking for the young, dynamic Omani entrepreneurs and innovative businesses.
Everyone is unique in their own way. You've got to follow your passion.
Now is the time for you to be the change the world wants to see.
We all start up with big vision.
Dare enough to let your actions say, this time we rise on top.
That's the kind of the attitude what we wanted to show on Entrepreneurs Conclave. And moving it quickly, the last video, what I've explained about what we did at Jabal Akhdar, the whole activity for, like, let's say 2 days, that's what you're going to see now.
I'm here today with an awesome group of entrepreneurs, young Omanis, innovative business ideas.
Actually looking at kind of understanding their motivation behind them starting a business. That is one set of the assessments that we did. We also understood their personality profile, both as an individual as well as how they work in a team.
Personally, I find it one of the SME initiatives that actually focus on developing entrepreneurial profile and skills on a personal level. We had a case study last night, and we had to work in groups with people who are perfect strangers to us and come up with decisions, solutions, and find solutions for the challenges that we've been given.
The case study was very good, where we have looked to the Jabal Akhdar itself, where we are here, and seeing how we can help the community and how we can help local business. So I think there are great ideas we've generated, and I hope that somebody can take them and kind of crisp them and make them in a more proper business case.
So that's basically what we did at Jabal Akhdar. It was a journey for 2 days. Just to take it up from here, we had our evaluator who's Lighthouse, so we just wanted to invite Mr. Jude Vijay, who will explain you about how the process of selection was done from 10 to shortlisting to 7.
Morning, everyone. I hope all you had a relaxing weekend. Great. So the video was very nice. So before I proceed, I'd like to thank Experiments and Zamil on behalf of the Lighthouse for allowing us to evaluate this wonderful set of entrepreneurs that we had a chance in this year's Entrepreneurs Conclave. So before I'm going to explain to you about what we did over there, taking a minute to explain about my firm, the Lighthouse. We are a business consulting firm based in Oman, Muscat, for the last 10 years. So the last 10 years, we've worked a lot with really big firms, group companies, etc. But I would say a couple of years ago, we found out that this market had a niche with regards to SMEs and the way that they were being helped and supported, etc. So that's when we started a practice called SME Advisory, part of our business practice. And from then on, we've been working a lot with SMEs, and with the help of our trusted partners like Sharaka, Intalaka, as well as BP, we were able to do a lot of research on the SME ecosystem in Oman. We came up with certain groundbreaking tools, and I'll explain further to you as I go in my speech today. So using these tools, we are able to assess and evaluate different entrepreneurs. So here in Entrepreneurs Conclave, what we did is we adopted a 3-pronged strategy. On one hand, we measured the entrepreneurial motivation of these set of entrepreneurs. So in order to do so, we have a tool called EMM, Entrepreneurial Motivation Measure, which is again 100% customized for the Omani market. So we used that particular tool to measure the motivation of these entrepreneurs. And then we had a look at their personalities. What we did was actually we deployed world-class psychometric tools to understand how these entrepreneurs behave in a team and what is their behavioral makeup was. Thirdly, we had to measure their skills and competencies. How good are they against a set of the other entrepreneurs, in the batch. For that, we have a concept called EVI assessments, Entrepreneurial Value Index assessments. It consists of a set of activities. One such activity was the case study. So the case study, which was, like some of the entrepreneurs have said, was a very funky one because we used it during our trek in Jabal Akhdar. We also used a small puzzle, which I believe some of the entrepreneurs still like to know the exact answer. We were trekking all the way through and we were cracking this puzzle, and we had a very lovely time there. So putting it all together, the scores from the EMM assessments and the EVA assessments and the case study were all put together to arrive at the final rankings. And I'm very happy and proud to say all the entrepreneurs have done excellent, and this is a great start for them. Before I conclude, I would like to congratulate each and every one of the 7 finalists. I'd like to wish all of them great success moving ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Ajay from Lighthouse. I would like to invite now Mr. Ahmed Mokaibil, Deputy Director General of Administration from Muscat Security Market, who is one of our sponsors as well.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everyone. I am pleased to be standing here today at this unique platform at Entrepreneurs Conclave in support of local Oman's SMEs. SMEs are great contributors to Oman's economy, and the Sultanate, upon realizing their essential importance, have taken many steps to help establish a flourishing environment for the growth of these assets. I truly believe that this event will create a benchmark for many such events and projects to follow in support of SMEs, as we as an economy and as a community need to show our support towards them and to provide them with support necessary to prosper. In its endeavor to support SMEs, Muscat Securities Market has always kept in line with the government policies and programs for the further growth of small and medium enterprises in Oman. And on behalf of MSM, I wish all the participants all the best and congratulate all the participants and attendees who are becoming a part of this auspicious event, which will be remembered as a milestone in the success story of local SMEs. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you very much. Now I'd like to invite Miss Felicity Grover, Managing Editor, Y Magazine, to share some words with us, please.
Good morning. For many years now, SMEs have been the backbone of Oman's economy. It takes a brave, visionary person to take the leap and launch their own startup. And the 7 finalists of Entrepreneurs Conclave 2015 are a true representation of the future of the country's SME sector. This year's finalists know all too well that taking a vision and turning it into a viable business doesn't happen overnight. It takes a lot of hard work, very long hours, learning from mistakes, and of course years of dedication. From teaching to engineering to sports goods design, interiors and architecture, the diversity and talents of the finalists will make the judges' decision today very hard, I think. Subco Media is honoured to be a partner of Entrepreneurs Conclave 2015. Our media platforms, Al Wasal, Merge 104.8 and Y Magazine, are renowned for their support of SMEs and entrepreneurs. And this continues today with our involvement in the conclave. To this end, Subco Media is proud to be also presenting to the winner of this year's conclave 5,000 riyals worth of advertising via our print and radio platforms to help them promote their company even further. While there can only be one winner, I know that all of the finalists will walk away today with an incredible experience that will help to take their companies to the next level. Congratulations on making it this far, and good luck to you all today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Grover from Y Magazine. Now we have reached that moment where our 7 best finalists will share their stories with us. They each will have 6 minutes to present their stories and 4 minutes to answer to the critic panel questions. I would like to request all 7 finalists to proceed on the stage. If you can take your designated seats, please. Now I will need a bowl, and we will extract the order of their presentations. Okay, get it. It's okay. Yeah, and then. Well, we have now the order of the finalists. So they will present in following order. Mr. Turki Al Mascari will be the first one to present his business. The second one will be Mr. Munir Al The third one, Ms. Johan Al Husseini. The fourth one, Zaher Al Namani, followed by Sheda Al Jabri. And the last, Ali Al Khalili. Let's have a round of applause. And I would like now to present you our most unique critic panel for this year, Mr. Ahmed Al Makaibil, Deputy Director General of Administration and IT MSM. Ali Makbal Dawood, CEO of Dawood Group of Companies. Ali Salt Mohammed Ali Al Harus, Head of Corporate and Institutional Banking. Mr. Ali Jabal, Chief Executive Officer of Oman 4 Miles Company. And Mr. Rafael Parambi, Chief Executive Officer, SMA Development Fund. Ehab Al-Jah, Founder Director Prosper. Ms. Felicity Grover, Managing Director, Y Magazine. Okay. We also have a special guest for today who has joined us all the way from Scotland. He's an entrepreneur himself and an inspirational speaker as well. And he will be our moderator today. Later on, he will share as well his business with us, his business story. Let's welcome Mr. Fraser Doherty. Okay, let's start with the presentation now. The first to present will be Mr. Turki Al Mascari. Please.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Good morning. I would like to know one thing. What is your feeling when you give your child a valued information?
Put his presentation.
Valid information. Anyone? Okay. Do you have something to control this thing? Yeah. Okay. I will repeat the questions. What is your feelings when you give your child or you teach your child valid information? Anyone to answer this question? Okay. That feelings inspired us, and our teachers motivated to deliver these feelings to all of the children in our school. Autad Private School is a kindergarten. This is my company, and my name is Turki Al Mascari, and I established this school in 2004 in Ibra, in a village called El Yahmadi. And our aim is to raise the education standard in Oman to build the future's leaders and entrepreneurs. I gather well-trained females, Omanis females, in our teams, and also I complete my teams by building trust and cooperations with the local SMEs to provide excellent service for my school. And we start this school because we have certain problems in our local areas. It is the poor level of educations and environment, and the gap between KG2 and Class 1 in the government stake, and also a lack of Omani teachers and staff in the industry of education or schools. In our school, our vision is inspire the student to adopt leaders' responsibility, a spiritual identity, and entrepreneur's attitude to be able to contribute efficiently to the community. And also our missions to create innovation educations methods based on religions foundations to create a leaderships, curiosity, and also innovative capability. And this is provide for us as students for a futures. Can you communicate with all audience in the world? It was in the community, in Oman, and all in the globals. We see they have a chart that make education's market size. We have the gap or actual gap in the educations. We calculate all the numbers of students that is studying in schools, private or in the public schools, and we all that peoples it is percentage in 85.06%, and they have a gap is 14.93% that is not enrollment in any schools, private or public. That's make also we have a growth of populations 3.9% every year. That's make a big opportunity to go forward for this business. And we consider about private schools. We don't take care about the public schools. And by this chart, you see it. You have a percentage of students in the private schools in blue in the chart. That is a number of children in a private school in every regions. Huh? Okay. And we have a market strategy. We look for the eggs between 3 years to 19 years. That is covered from kindergartens to 12 classes. And because that is our aims to raise the students to be inspired in leaderships and entrepreneurs, and to have identity of religions of Oman, Omani religions, and have to be proud of getting skills to going forward in the life. We have a competitive. We know we have a competitive along this area of Oman. We have each region have a lot of private schools, but I need to consider about market size. We have a gap. That's make our opportunity is we can do it. Financial projection, financial plans we need. I plan to build 7 or 10 schools, new schools here in Oman, in different regions in Oman. And from this chart, you can see we in the first year we cannot get the good benefits, but in the 10 years we get more than 2 million as a gross benefit. We need to open 10 schools. We need 10 millions. 10 millions is required for buildings and innovative education method based in international standards, and also to pay the operation cost. Our exit strategy is make it your cash cow. To make our business as stable as possible, to make our life easy and stable. In the final, we promise all the families we can provide students with leaderships, and entrepreneurs' attitude for the futures. In the end, I thank all the people here to listen to my presentations, and I'm glad to answer your questions.
Very much, Mr. Turki Sheda Al Mascari. Now we are waiting for the questions from the panel, our critic panel. Please, if you have any question for Mr. Al Mascari.
Assalamu alaikum, Turki, كيف الحال? My name is Ihab Al-Hajj. I believe in differentiation, and you started off by saying that yes, you have started with a different mindset. There's one part of your presentation which I'm particularly interested in. You said you teach entrepreneurial attitude at school.
Yes.
Being an entrepreneur yourself, how do you do that?
We do that by motivate the children to be more capable to the creative, and inspire them how to be creative, and we let them go to the environment how to see the life in real.
Okay, so you instill creativity.
Yes.
Okay. Another small point was you said, I won't go into financial questions. I think you have enough financial colleagues here. But one point which scared me and maybe a few colleagues as well, 10 new schools.
Yes.
You didn't say how long, over how long? 10 new
I
schools.
plan to open 10 branches in 1 year.
In 1 year?
Yes.
Okay. I think, thanks.
Hi, my name is Ali Dawood.
Yes.
So 10 branches in how many years again?
1 year.
1 year, wow. So can you tell us how you're going to get there? I mean, what are the resources that you have or need to make 10 of these in 1 year?
We need to get money, approximately 10 millions, investors or some bank to get this 10 branches. By without anything, we need a long journey to get 10 branches. And if we get 10 millions, we can get it to 1 year.
So is it only money that you need to open
Yes.
10? How about your people, your management? Do you have that in place?
What?
Your people, your management, your teachers?
We have teachers that is graduated from Sultan Qaboos universities that have not getting a job. We based in Omani teachers. We based in Omani cultures.
So what's your management team now?
I have all Omanis.
No, I didn't ask for nationality. What are you? How many people? Who do you have? What are the positions?
Okay. I have a school. I built it from 2004. And I believe we can do it.
Well, and this 1 year, when does it start?
If we start in next month, we can finish the end of the year.
But you don't have the money.
We will see. We will seek for the money.
Anyway, my point is you have to figure out what you need to execute your plan. You can hope as much as you want, but if you don't have a plan, you're never getting there.
I have a plan. Is to
with timelines and resources, what you need, and have these resources in place. It needs to be a bit more organized. You have this passion, which is lovely. Now you have to plan it. I pass you on. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Turki, of course, do listen to what Ali said, because it's a matter of caution, and I'm sure any one of you would be happy to mentor you at some stage if you so desire. I don't want to give you a hard time. You've done a wonderful job over the past 4 years, and you've come where you are. Just a matter of interest. You have two strategies going forward. One is to go to the 12th standard and go in that direction. Equally, there is a niche to stay where you have for the past number of years, which is just in the kindergarten.
Yes.
Is there any reason why you chose one over the other? You have a specialization in the kindergarten area. You don't really in the senior school kind of subjects. So, any reason why you did that?
I start kindergarten because we have a needs in our locals. Now I have a lot of competitive. I need to grow up. and make my life it is in the market of size.
Anyway, just make sure that you have the competences required and keep in mind what Ali said. And
Okay.
talk to somebody later.
Okay, inshallah.
All the best, Ali. At Turkey.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Turki. I will invite now our second entrepreneur, Mr. Munir Al Hubsi.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Munir Al Hubsi. I am the founder and the managing director for a brilliant pilot project. Sorry. We are a young, dynamic, Omani-based solution providers to a modern interior design and fit-out company, keeping in mind our heritage and culture and tradition. Our management team structure is myself, managing director, interior design engineer, project manager, accounts, and the operation team reports into the project manager. Our professional team, it compresses into two multicultural, talented individuals with over 15 years experience between themselves. This is one of our projects before. It was a factory. We managed to convert it into office space. This is after. Some of the pictures, I don't have most of the pictures. Our major challenges are to bring the international standard into the new environment and not compromising our quality and services. Our approach to creativity to overcoming never giving up our values. We need to change our mindset and understand the global overlook. Who are we looking into, who are targeting into our market is looking into the big-scale residential projects with a full-fledged commercial projects worth of hundreds of thousands riyals. We believe part of our Omani vision in growth to add value to the economy, and the major objective is to provide Omanis with inventive and creativity environment. Our competitors, this is some of our competitors, which is we list down. There is much more, which is SF4, OHI Douglas, Yard, which is the line on our same line of business. But our edge over our major players are our price, services, and space planning. Our financial projection is we are a startup company, which we've been here for a year and a half. Basically, our business is into a project basis. We are expecting to achieve by end of this year a profit of 70,000 plus. Conclusion is we need to have a creativity approach to aim to excellency of customer service. Thank you very much. Any further questions, please?
Thank you very much, Mr. Munir. Sounds like a good plan. Let's wait for the questions now.
A quick question from my side. Thank you, Munir. Good presentation.
Thank you.
You mentioned there, I know the whole area of interior design is actually new to the market. So that's, good. It's a good area to enter because it's new, so you can add value to shaping the market. But you mentioned something which I would like clarity about. You said our differentiation is price and services. Price is understood. In terms of size, you might be smaller, so you don't have that overheads. But how can you balance that with the service quality? How can you do that, please?
Sorry, but we said as well as space planning.
Yeah. But how do you make services? How can you give a lower price and the services are still better? In what way is your services better?
Okay. Just to add, to the services that we provide. I'll just take you a minute. Just at space planning, basically, what we do is we, on a commercial base, for example, in Oman, we do it in, you pay a rent by square meter. So we noticed that most of the offices are very extremely big offices, which what we do is we maximize usage. If you remember one of the slides I showed, one of the projectors, a client told on the same space he wanted to fit 10 people. But we managed with our services, as I said, space planning, we managed to fit 26 people on the same size of space. So how we saved the client, we gave him a better idea. We maximized usage of the space. We saved money. He saved more people. We managed to put more people because the team over there is expanding. Okay, so the services we give, we deliver, we commit what we, for example, if we commit for 60 days, we try to deliver it in 30 days.
Thank you. Good example.
Munir, thank you for the presentation. What's the total investment that you're looking for such a project?
Basically, our nature of business is project basis. We are LLC. I have shareholders, my brothers. So we did invest, not a big amount, but as you said, as we go, it's based on the project that we get. So we want to grow based on the project that we get.
Yeah, I'm asking this question because you are really, your competitors, you want to be one of the big competitors in the market. You have referred to the OHI, Douglas, and Yacht. And what's the number of staff you got? I mean, you need a big staff. That's why I'm asking about the investment.
Staff, it's obviously myself there. I have 3 people. I have interior design. I have a project manager team. I have an accountant, and the rest are the operational team. It's a very small team, but how we go is we do outsource the laborers. This is how we work.
Munir, Good presentation, thank you very much, and clear answers. Congrats if you make 70,000 riyals profit in the first year. Tell me, what do you see yourself doing 5 years from now? How do you expect to get there? You're a relatively young company. And in terms of market penetration and things, do you have some kind of a strategy on how you're going to get there? In addition, of course, to the financial strategy to back that.
Yeah, thank you. What we do is basically, so far, the project that we have in hand is the same client. So we gain the client trust on other, we deliver a promise. So as we go, we already secured that. We do have, under the company, we do provide the full solution with, we do work with international companies now, like for the office furnitures. We have 2 partners from international abroad. Our strategy for the next 3-4 years, so far, I'm looking into 3 years. I always plan 3 years. But we are working closely with international companies. This is how we see ourselves. We will grow. As he asked, how do you want to compete with these bigger companies here? We're working closely with international companies to push our bar to the next level.
Munir, how many sales staff do you have?
None. I do my marketing myself so far.
So how do you acquire a new business?
I do go and visit, but it's I do like to socialize a lot. I do go to I read a lot. I go to people. We give our profile. We speak to them. I speak to them about our project, our vision, and
so let's say that your sales for 2014 or 15 is let's say 100 or 1 million, for example. So what is your projection for 16?
Projection, of course, obviously we wanna. I will increase. Will hire more people into my team, but as you said, we are targeting. We're targeting the mid to a high end, which is, so far we're targeting the banking sectors and the oil feed companies.
Fine, but don't you think you should have a number? Like what's the percentage you want to grow per year, realistically, based on what the market provides?
Realistically, I see for this
10%,
year,
15, 20, 30?
I'll say, 5 to 10% this year.
All right, my point is just make sure you've got the resources again to meet your expectations and your goals. Otherwise, you'll be, half a year will go by and oops, that hasn't happened. And remember, especially getting people into Oman these days is very difficult. So the labor clearances and all of that, you have to work well in advance to make sure that you're in a position to actually have the people in place so that you can execute your plan. So have a plan for your growth and have a plan for how you're going to get there. That's my point.
Inshallah. As I said, we're working as a project base. We already secured 1 big project coming end of this year. We are expecting another more. So by that time, I have a clear, once we have those projects in hand, obviously I have people already kept in mind, which I love to join my team. Obviously, I do really select. As I said, I select a very professional teams too.
Good. I'll pass you on. Anybody else?
Any other questions? No? Thank you very much, Mr. Munir. As we can observe, the questions are not easy at all, but it's okay because our entrepreneurs are prepared. Our next entrepreneur to present is Ms. Johan Abdullah Al Husseini.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Johan Al Husseini. I'm the founder and the owner of Shumukh Engineering Consulting. What happened? Okay. As you see, this is first slide. It show for my experience in my business before I started my business and I successful during my study and my career. Shumuq Engineering Consulting established in 2011 as cost and contract consulting and quant survey. In 2013, it is upgraded to Shumuq Engineering to LLC, and it is for cost and contract, quant survey, land surveying, and project management. And in 2015, we got as first Omani consulting leading legal advisor in Ministry of Justice. This is my current project. I have many clients, Ministry of Transport, airport project, Sohar Municipality. Also, I have some private projects from via International Consulting and Gelfar. This is the chart of my office. We have different type of qualification. We are around 14 staff. 6 of them Omanization. I'm encouraging Omani, but we have to use experts. Some project we needed expertise and different positions. The problem, value engineer. This is a big problem. We have it in the market at the moment, and this it's not used at always in any project in Oman. Just recently started this value engineer to use in Oman around 5-6 years back. Value engineer, its meaning, design it already completed, but before it started the project, we have to evaluate that project and reduce some of the designing, but it will be remaining function same and less cost, less time, which is make Shumuq Engineering specify for value engineer and other activities, different to other consulting. Our mission to be the consulting choice in the first consulting in Sultanate of Oman as a quantity survey consulting, contractually dispute and claims. And our mission to deliver all projects on time with the budget and quality, to use the method of value engineering. This is the market size. As GCC industry, construction in industry, it's around 173 billion, and in Oman it's 27 billion Real Oman in 2015. Just I want to show you this diagram. It's a Shumuq Engineering around 20% over that construction in 2015. The market size, I'm introducing myself about the tenders and presentation to the client. Also to be partner with the international company. I have some consulting, we are JV and also subcontracting together. And also to deliver a project on time with the quality and cost. Plus to be proud of myself to be first Omani female, not female, as Omani, legal advisor in Ministry of Justice. And also first female in industry field in Oman from 2011 in cost and contract. My competition, it's local and international companies, but we have in 13 consulting as cost and contract consulting, and 4 consulting as Omani, and 1 legal advisor. In 4, one of them is Shumuq 100% Omani, and legal advisor only Shumuq Engineering Consulting. Financially, as you see, revenue in 2013, 6%, and 2014, 15%, and I'm planning this time with 26. And my goal to be from 2016 to 20, 53%. First things I'm proud about myself to be first female in industry area. Second things, I'm using value engineer at early stage, which is I'm advising the client before it start any project to be with the budget and cost and quality, and achieve my goal with my team for every projects. and introduce to them about the construction field in Oman. And my long term to be Global, Shumukh Global International, LLC.
Ms. Joha, congratulations first of all for being the first female in the industry. And it's a huge project indeed, a huge project. Great plans. Thank you very much. And let's wait for the question now.
Harusi. My question is, in your consultancy firm, are you planning to, what is your focus area? Is it more on the roads, building? Are you looking at the railway plan? You know, what expertise are you looking to tie up with, if any? Can you just elaborate on that?
Our consulting, it's overall because it's cost and contract, and it is using as a cost estimate for any type of the project. As estimating contractually things, I'm not focused for any things, but I'm focused in this year to be one of the qualified company in the railway, which is I anticipate with them, one of 18 consulting.
Okay, and what, because see, all of these different things require different technical capabilities.
Yeah.
If you're in construction, it's different. If you're on roads, it's different. If you're on bridges, it's different.
Yes.
And the railway will be extremely. So what is your plan in bringing in those expertise of people or firms to partner with you?
See, I have road projects and I have building project. In railway, it's first time my experience, and I start to get a training or courses to understand about the railway. But in railway, I just take a small part for that as a contractually part. So in cost and contract, it is totally, you can take all or you can specify with one things. But in my office, I have project in roads, and also I have project in the buildings.
Hi, Joha. Ali.
Alexander.
Very impressive. Mabruk.
Allah Barak, thank you.
I have a clarification I need to ask you about. Are you an engineering company, or are you a legal advising company, or are you both? And if you're both, why? How did you get there?
I'm engineering consulting.
Okay.
And also legal advisor recently, just I got it.
As a contract or?
Contractually.
So your services are what?
My service, it's cost and contract, surveyor, land surveying, and dispute claims.
Okay, so the legal is to do with dispute claims related to your construction consultancy company?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Joka, very impressive. Congratulations. Congrats on being the First Lady. Now tell me, you have ambitious plans. 2 questions. You said you have some joint ventures with international firms. Can you expand on that? And secondly, you're competing with international companies in many cases. What is the quality of the 14 or 12 people that you have, experience-wise and otherwise? You are relatively young yourself.
As an international company, I have a joint venture with one Italian company, just recently started. And our purpose, I joined with them to help them how to do the preparation of the tenders, contractual things, estimating, because they don't have a market rates. I have also joined partner with the Sirin International, also Italian consulting. And my team, we are quant surveyor, we have land surveying, architectures, expert in architectures, also and structures. But we are focused only in cost and contracts more.
What's the extent of experience that your colleagues have? Are they young like yourself, or do you have some senior
No,
people
I
as
have
well?
a senior, Omani senior, as structural engineer, and he's secondment to one of the ministries.
Joha, very good presentation. You know that you have started very strong, yeah? I mean, we all can see it, but it's a really strong start. My concern, but also advice or comment, make sure you build a system, because entrepreneurship is all about energy.
Yes.
And you've already started off really high, and you've set yourself a target that is,
I didn't start very high. I started in 2011, but in 2 years I don't have any project in my hand.
Relative to the market, that's quite high. Mabruk, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. The only thing I'm saying is that you've set your bar very high,
Yes.
which is good. I'm not saying don't. Make sure you build a system so you don't wear out. Your energy doesn't wear out because it's going to be upwards from here, inshallah. for you.
Inshallah.
Okay? Thanks.
Okay.
جوخة ما شاء الله عليك. أنت المفروض تيجي قاعدة هنا ونحن قاعدة هناك. You're supposed to sit here instead. You're doing good business. How many projects you had last year, if I may ask?
Yes, I have 22. Some of them already completed. In my hand at the moment, around 12 and ongoing setup.
What's your background?
First, I started as civil engineer, and I was not interesting. So I changed from civil to quantity surveyor.
Oh, mashallah. Okay, something you mentioned in your presentation, you are aiming to have 20% of the share market, or you already got 20% of the... Just can you clarify on this?
In which slide? I forgot. Okay, in the market at the moment, I have 20%.
20%.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other question from anyone?
Thank you very much, Ms. Joha.
Thank you.
Very impressive indeed. I'm very proud to see a lady aiming so high. Our next entrepreneur to present will be Mr. Zaher Al Namani.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Zaher Al Namani, founder and CEO of Vertex. Hope you are enjoying the weather, the hot weather. About Vertex. Vertex is an Omani company established 2 years ago as a result of ITA initiative to support Omani designers. And our services are 3D designing and software developments. In this presentation, I will concentrate more into software developments because we are taking this path more in the coming few years. Customer needs. Let me tell you a short story. 1 year back, my brother was searching for a housemaid, and he was suffering, searching from office to office, outdoor work, and there was a lack of information. So I told him, why don't we make a software for you, a mobile application that you can search for a housemaid from your house. And we already started this application a few months ago, and it will be in the market hopefully soon. So what we did in Vertex, we found the solution for him by developing a software that making his life is much easier. What is our value proposition? Innovation, of course. We are not copying the market. We are trying to invent something. The housemaid, it is not yet in the market, the housemaid application. So it will be hopefully the first, and I think it will make a boom in the market. International standards. I will talk more on the next slide about this international standards because we are have international partners helping us developing these applications. Customer needs, as I said, my brother was needing something, and we tried to find the solution for him. Arabic content. If you go to the market, either Android or iOS, there is a lack of Arabic content for some applications, so we covered that area. Our team, after 13 years experience in Ministry of Transport and Communication as a computer engineer, I decided to quit my job and to concentrate in my company. I have a very creative designers and developers in my company. Plus, we have some international partnerships with 01 Synergy. It is an Indian company based in India and 6 other countries. Their team is 150 plus with 17 years experience. Recently, we are negotiating in signing another agreement with a Dutch company called Tresbis. They are more focusing in selling softwares like Microsoft, antiviruses, and other softwares. As you see on the photo, This was the agreement partnership we signed in COMEX before 2 months. And with the presence of Dr. Salim Razziqi, CEO of ITA. Market size. Mobile subscription penetration is 98%, and in Oman is 174%, which means there are lots of people using mobile application in Oman. The first thing you do when you wake up from your sleep, you check your mobile, and the last thing you do is checking your mobile. So there is a need always for the mobiles applications, and whenever there is a need, our business will be going on and succeeding. We are covering less than 5% of the market. There is a huge demand because of the e-transfer. E-transfer in Oman is still not yet covered, and some government entities, they are working hard to implement this in their organizations. There is also opportunity to grow. The World Cup in Qatar 2022, and Dubai Expo is coming also 2020, so we are targeting these markets in the coming few years. Customer segment. Our customers, most of them, the teenagers, we call them the innovators, the first people who try our applications, and then by word of mouth, they transfer this to other customers. But our main target customers are the early majority, the old people like me, between 30 and 40, because these people are very difficult to convince, and when they are convinced to use a mobile application or technology, they will stick in it and will come back and back again. Of course, we have also private and government sector, but we are not in that area a lot. Our marketing strategy, of course, word of mouth. We have our websites, social media, we are working in it, Google Ads because of the mobile applications, and newspapers and TV and radio, the traditional marketing channels. Our competitors. Most of our competitors are our neighbors in SaaS Center. They are all doing very well, but what makes us different, that they are, what I heard from them, they are using something called cross-platform. Cross-platform is developing your mobile application using a software, and then you export it to so many applications, either iOS or Windows or BlackBerry or Android. But what we do, we use native language. We have very good developers making these applications with our international partners, of course. What else? We are trying always to be in the blue ocean. We let the others fight in the red oceans. Their main target is government, so business to government, and our target is business to consumer. As I said, we target the customers, the end users, and we try to develop mobile applications for them. Also, we have some business to business customers. Financially, to establish our company, we needed about 10,000 riyals. We made that break even before the first year finished, and alhamdulillah, we are doing well. We are expecting 2015 we reach the profits up to 80,000. The projects we did in 2 years, about 17. The total projects going now, 3 main projects, one for OBC, Oman Broadband Company, and we are trying to take two other proposals, one for Orbic and the other for Occidental. Total demands from COMEX, the last exhibition, we had about 35 demands in both 3D design and mobile applications. Thank you very much. Before finishing, I just want to show you a short video, 40 seconds. Zamil, if you can play, please. It will be only about 3D design, what we have done before. Sound, please. Thank you very much. Ready for questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zaher. Nice flow of presentation, very interesting. Let's proceed to the questions, please.
Zaher, question is, why not focus on 3D development and why more the focus towards software development? 3D is a growing thing in the market and a lot of people don't really understand the benefits they can get out of it. So why would you not put that as a core development?
Because here in Oman we don't have quality designers and it takes time to develop a 3D movie. It takes 2 months or 3 months for a short 3D movie. I am talking about 3 minutes to 5 minutes. But software development is a fast revenue and it is also growing up. If you heard about talabat.com, one of the applications, it is a equity application for ordering food. They sold it for a German company, $70 million, 70 million Omani riyals after 3 years development. So we are targeting this market. We invest in developing some applications and then we sell it to the market.
Zaher, are you developing these apps for yourself as the owner or for customers? Because, I mean, what's your revenue stream by developing software for apps or other than apps? And are you going to own these apps? What's going on?
Yes, it will be our property.
Okay.
Plus, these registers offices for example, housemaids, they will pay us annually to subscribe. And for every order, we take a percentage from that order, 1 to 3%.
Okay, so you're basically starting new businesses through apps that you will own.
Yes.
And that's your model.
Yes.
Very nice.
We are little bit copying talabat.com.
That's okay. No, Japanese copied everybody. Look where they are.
Zaher, assalamu alaikum. Very good presentation, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Quick comment. Was that really profit or was that revenue? The number?
Revenue.
That's revenue.
It was a mistake.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Zaher, very interesting. Congratulations and all the best.
Thank you.
Now, the app development kind of model usually is cash negative big time for the first many years. Is that how you see it going forward for yourself as well?
Yes.
So how are you intending to fund that? Is your other businesses going to pay for it or do you have a source of finance that you have in mind?
It depends on customer demand. Some business to business, or they pay us for the application. But for the application we are making for ourselves, as the one I told you, we will wait for 3-4 years and we'll try to sell it in some $1 million. But what I wanted to say, there is a chance. For example, the WhatsApp, if you heard about it, they sold it for Facebook after few years operation, $17 billion. So we are copying this model.
Things like this Tabalat also, they made, I think, $100 million, but usually it takes many years of being cash negative. So
Yeah,
do you
we are
have a
covering-
source of funds?
Yes, we are covering with other services, which is 3D designing.
So that will cover what you're doing?
Of course.
Good luck. Good luck.
So no more questions? Thank you very much, Mr. Zaher. Now we will be taking a break from the series and from the stories, from the presentations, and we will get up to the soft launch of Startup Oman. Our next speaker is an example of real passion and action towards accelerating Oman's economy forward. It is a special excitement for me to introduce Mr. Ali Daoud. Mr. Ali Daoud is one of the most prominent entrepreneurship from Oman. Mr. Ali's entrepreneurial experience includes a holding company, founding an oil-field service business, an operating restaurant. He is the CEO of Daoud Group Companies, a business group active in various sectors and present in Oman, UAE, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, and India. And he is as well the owner of the McDonald's restaurants in Oman. It is because his support in sparking small business growth in Oman that has been invited by the Obama administration to attend the Presidential Summit on Entrepreneurship in Washington, 2010, as the solo nominee from Oman. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ali Daoud.
Assalamu alaikum. I was told I only have 2 minutes, so I'll try to keep it to 2 minutes. Anyway, basically, we have a lot of initiatives in Oman about entrepreneurship. There's a lot of incubators and training centers and funds and so on. So I was getting confused. It's like, so if I'm an entrepreneur, where do I go? You know, and just remembering all these things that are going on. The good thing is, it's a good gesture by the government, they're driving and all that. But we saw a little gap here and a little confusion because everybody was just throwing things at the whole entrepreneurship creation. So in a spirit of entrepreneurship and in collaboration with this lovely lady here, Sherry, who you will also meet later on, we decided that we need to align all these things and create one place for them, one hub. And so we started this is just an introduction, it's not launched yet. So this is a little preview of what it's going to be. So we started something called startupoman.com. And the idea behind startupoman.com is basically to bring the entire ecosystem that we have today in Oman, from government and non-government, from mentors, training, fund providers, investors, finance companies, and so on, as well as blogs and a chat room. So it's basically becomes the mujtama, the community of the entrepreneurs in one place. So you just go to startupoman.com and everything is there. So that's the idea, is to bring it all together and create one hub, just to make it easy for the entrepreneurs and friendly. The other feature of it is, and we were wondering whether I should mention this, but I think I should. You'll also, the entrepreneurs and whoever is using this website will be able to rank the services that are provided. So for example, whatever services a Raft is providing, you can rank it. Is it working for me or is it not working for me? Like TripAdvisor, you know, 1 star or 5 star, 5 star being the most. So this way it also keeps everybody on their toes and make sure that they actually deliver the promise that they've been talking about. So that's just, that's what it is, and that's what it is right now, but I'm sure it's going to continue evolving and hopefully it'll become, you know, it'll be as meaningful to you as we hope and want to make it. And this can only happen with your engagement, which we'll talk about a bit later on. Anyway, for now, I want to introduce Sherry. This was actually a brainchild of myself and Sherry. Sherry comes from the other part of the world than me. I come from Oman. She's Canadian. And she came and met me, and we were talking, and we found out that we have the same desire and passion to do the same thing. So instead of going and competing with each other, as most of companies do here, even on CSR levels, we decided to collaborate. And this is a good example of that collaboration. I leave it to Sherry to come and introduce and give you more detail about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ali. So a couple of things I should tell you about myself, since I'm sure many of you might be sitting there going, why them? I have a day job, just like Ali. We come to this initiative through passion as opposed to any money-making kind of aspirations. I have spent the last, too long, being an entrepreneur, and I am a very curious person. So when I came to Oman and met Ali, I have pretty much been on a 1.5-year journey to figure out what's going on in all the other entrepreneurial communities. And as it turns out, I'm very fortunate. I get to fly around the world quite a bit, and I have been in all of these places that are shown here through the idea of pillars. What I've discovered in my travels is that entrepreneurial communities, they're very vibrant communities, have 3 what I would call pillars that I think are essential to creating that point And what they are is resources. So entrepreneurs, of course, try to get from point A to point B in the quickest period of time possible. So they want to find out, how do I do what I need to do, and I want to do it quickly. The second element of entrepreneurial ecosystems that help make them more vibrant is the idea of community. The community of entrepreneurs is essential because we all love to talk to each other. We like to commune with each other. We like to problem solve together, brainstorm ideas. We like to vent. Those are all elements of a vibrant entrepreneurial community. And the last element is what I would really call culture, collaboration, engagement. It's the ability for the ecosystem, all the people in the ecosystem, the stakeholders, as well as the SMEs, to come together and create that energy, to remove the barriers. Everybody has to be focused solely on removing the barriers for the entrepreneur. The entrepreneur are our customer, I think, as Ali pointed out. So without them, we have no job. So we need to serve them and serve them well. Can I get the next slide? Part of my day job includes being the, thank you, the Director of Business Development for National Pole, which is an Omani SME, as well as a market research company. And what we did to support Entrepreneurs Conclave 2015 is we hosted an online forum. It was the first online forum in Oman that directly targeted entrepreneurs as well as the stakeholders in the SME community. And within a 7-day period, we had 400 people jump online and start talking about entrepreneurism. That's quite a feat. I've been involved with a lot of social marketing activities around Canada and the US, and it's very difficult to bring 400 people together in such a short period of time. So kudos to all of our Omani entrepreneurs out there. This word cloud is really just a kind of a summary of some of the conversations that were going on online. But what we found when we started talking to our entrepreneurs in relation to those 3 pillars, resources, community, and culture, that they had lots to say. And although we're going to write a report about it later, and we'll share that with you, suffice it to say this: in terms of resources, Omanis are confused. As Ali pointed out, there's a lot of wonderful programs here, and I noticed as soon as I got here that there was this fabulous infrastructure. But in spite of that, people didn't know where to go, and they didn't know how to find what they needed. They also commented on the community. Not a lot of opportunities for individual SMEs to come together, talk to each other. And I think as we experience with this online community, when you get 400 people who come together in a 1-week period of time and they all start talking and communing about entrepreneurism, it's very powerful. And we've had lots of fabulous comments from the people on that community to keep it going. And then finally, with regards to the actual collaboration or engagement that goes on here in Oman, there is a frustration. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody. We heard about it at the SME Symposium at the end of January. So what we want to do is create a solution that brings them all together. And that's what we've done through Startup Oman. If I could have somebody play the video. as Ali pointed out, Startup Oman is not trying to create something new. We are really being a platform for everybody who exists already in the stakeholder market to showcase their services. The essence of what we were doing is really creating a community that makes it simple for SMEs to find you who are stakeholders, the funders, the education programs, the training providers. What Startup Oman will do was make it much easier for entrepreneurs to find you. Next slide. I'm going to take you through the website, assuming we have, oh, maybe we're not. We have the website. I wanted to just quickly run you through a couple of the elements of the website so you could see how it will work. There we are. That's the new Startup Oman website. You'll notice up here in the top right-hand side is resources. Could we have somebody just click on the resource tab for me, please? What we've done in the resource panel is we've made it easy for people to find anything. So if I could get someone to sort of select startup business and find an incubator, you'll see that our database will filter very quickly and provide the entrepreneur with exactly who is providing incubation services here in Oman. Of course, you can go through a myriad of possibilities using this database, but what I want to leave you with, the most important thought I want to leave you with is that, as Ali said, this is an introduction. It is a start. And what I'm going to be asking all of you to do is to please come and visit me, come and visit our website. Please make yourselves known to us. We want to showcase you and your services, your training programs, your education programs, your funding, whatever programs you have, we want to showcase you. So please do reach out to me. The other thing that we're going to be doing with this platform is creating that community that entrepreneurs really are missing here. What we will be doing, as Ali said, it's called My Mushtama. It's a platform for everybody to come together, to create forums, peer-to-peer groups, to network with each other online. And we will be migrating the 400 participants from the current Insight community over to My Mushtama as soon as we get it fully launched, which will be within the next month. And the last thing, can we just go back to the home page? Maybe not? Okay. If we go over to Get Involved, I'm going to wrap up the idea of Startup Oman is really to provide an opportunity for you guys to reach out to us. So through, there should be, if we go down a little further on this page, oh, and it's not there. Okay, well, we'll come back to that later. There will be, by the time you get to that web page, there's supposed to be a sign-up form. So for all the stakeholders, you would input your information, just reach out to us, let us know that you exist, and one of our team will come and reach out to you. And if you are an SME and you would like to join onto the Startup Oman platform, in the top corner there is a button for register, and if you just click on there, there's a membership form, and we will welcome you into the family. Ali, did you want to say a few more words?
No, I think you said maybe I don't have anything particular to say, but just to yeah, like Sherry said, this is really by the entrepreneurs, for the entrepreneurs. There's no government involvement here. There's no public funding. It's just being done by us for the entrepreneurs. It's not a money-making scheme or anything. So make the best of it. And the way to make the best of it, it's also going to be very neutral because there's no influences. And the way to make the best of it is basically engaging with it. So if you know anybody, please go through the, unfortunately it's not fully launched, but it will be launched in September with the Arabic version as well. So it's going to be English and Arabic by September. And then what we would like is just, it's a tool for the startup, for all the entrepreneurs, whether it's startup, or whether they're small or whether they're medium business, to use and to find all the resources that they need, and also give suggestions in how we can make the ecosystem more meaningful to you. So it needs your engagement, so please do engage, and also you businesses. You know, it's your way of showing, of actually participating and contributing to the development of the entrepreneurship ecosystem in Oman, and raising the level of entrepreneur, participation in our economy. So it requires on the employers, the guys who are starting businesses, the guys who are established, all of you need to be engaged. And I hope you will be. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali Daoud and Ms. Sherry Colburn, for sharing with us the story of Startup Oman. Before we move to the next set of presentations, we would like to welcome on the stage the last winner of Entrepreneur Conclave 2014, Mr. Rashid Al-Barwani.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rashid Mohammed Al-Barwani, the founder and co-owner of RevGX Oman. As the name stands for RevGX, it's a revolution group exercise. We're the first to revolutionize the fitness methods in Oman and introduced fitness methods that appeals to as young as 3 years old up to any age. Fitness training methods that develop athletes in Oman to represent the country at a national level and a regional level. We have achieved a few of those guys in the past year of operation. Last year today, I was challenged alongside with 9 other owners of small enterprises. It was a day full of events, challenging tasks where we were all pushed beyond our limits. The reward of winning the first ever title as the most promising entrepreneurs of 2014 and the ambassador of the Entrepreneurs Conclave of 2015 was much bigger than expected. I have had the privilege of living the Entrepreneurs Conclave experience for 1 year, where I had the opportunity to interact with senior entrepreneurs and learn from their experiences and difficulties that they faced building their own businesses. I have drawn the attention of private investors as well as financial institutions willing to fund our businesses and grow it to the next level. I have had the chance to interact and expand my networking capacity with other small enterprises owners. Through the Entrepreneurs Conclave experience, I have experienced personal growth in many areas, financial, marketing, and running my business in different aspects. As I emerge into the business world, RevGX has been in the highlights throughout the year, receiving great market attention and exposure. Today, as I see other young, innovative owners of small enterprises follow my footsteps to reap the rewards of the Entrepreneurs Conclave, I'm even more motivated and inspired and feeling the sense of belonging to something bigger, a sense of responsibility to be part of the developing our local economy. I would like to thank Experiment and everyone who has made this possible. And finally, I would like to thank my partners, Mohammed Sharji and Saeed Marhoubi, for sharing the vision of developing a unique, innovative business of moving the nation one person at a time for a healthy Oman. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashid, for the lovely words. So let's now get to the next presentation. I will invite now Ms. Sheda Al Jabri.
Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I am here today to ask you a question. What does summer means for you? It means the sun, or some of you means the heat. For the children, it means a vacation away from the school. But for me and most of Omani farmers, it means dates season. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Sheda Al Jabri. I am founder of Mishan Dates and Sweets. We all know Omani dates of its quality, but after market research, we know that the dates available in the market not given attention to be compete with other dates from the region. For that, me and my sister decided to present Omani dates in a new sophisticated presentation. With the hard work, I am proud today to say Mishan, the first company in Oman and the Gulf, present modern, innovative presentation for the dates. 5 million kg of dates consumed in Omani market, but from the feedback from Mishan customers, children don't eat dates. For that, Mishan provide exclusive product for kids, which is dates lollipops. Also, Mishan provide customized box for corporate gifts. Also, trays for occasion hospitality. This put Mishan in a strong position in the market with direct competitor, such as Betil and other dates factory. Also, indirect competitor like Pachi and other sweets chocolates shop. This all drawn Mishan vision to be an icon, equal, compete with the other international brand in the market. Up to date, Mishan produced 25,000 kg of handmade processed dates and achieve market growth 130%. 77% of Mishan structure is Omani, leading different areas such as operation, administration, and accounting. This team worked to achieve money segment in a market. Today, Mishan available in Oman Air first and business class and Al Angham restaurant and has a hospitality in different ministries' office. Giving back to the society, Mishan engaged with the farmers, direct taking the dates from them to ensure continuous income for the farmers' families, and using handicraft product as a traditional package for the dates. Also, Mishan provides summer training for student college, also giving lecture about entrepreneur for the school student. But all of this, it's in small scale, because Mishan today run from a small workshop. For that, Mishan looking to have a proper factory setup to ensure more career for the people and produce more handmade dates to be around 1,000 kg a day. Today, Mishan prepared the first outlet for it, which will be with new experience, new theme, and new product. Soon will be Mishan launch. Mishan won Zubair Sik direct support 2014 and Riyada Award 2014 as best small enterprise trade sector. I would like to invite all of you to visit my table and try the new experience with Omani dates. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sheda. Indeed, a very creative presentation. I'll make sure I will try the dates lollipops. Thank you so much. Let's attack with the questions now.
Sheda, mashallah alayki, mashallah. A perfect example of an all-rounded entrepreneur.
Thank you.
You started off with something traditional, which we have in Oman, taking it up to the next level. The growth is fantastic. I've known you for 2 years. And I remember 2 years ago, it's not the same Sheda I saw 2 years ago. You were complaining too much. Now I think you look at yourself and try to forget. But mashallah, you made it. You made it. The best part I love about the whole thing is giving back. And that's very much traditional to us as well, as Omanis. You started off with the tradition, you came back and you gave back. You made sure you involve all the others. The one comment I would have is we tend, normally as entrepreneurs, we tend to market ourselves beyond what we actually have. You have done something in reverse. I think you have a lot that we don't know about. I didn't know about the date lollipops. That's a new segment, and it's beyond the lollipops itself because you have the kids segment there. I think that's a great product. It's a great purpose for the product. My suggestion would be to you, I know you want to go into the factory part and you can carry on there, but don't lose sight of what you have already. Make more out of it. Okay? Thank you.
Sheda, congratulations. Very impressive to hear that you're present in a number of very impressive places. I perhaps missed it. Now, you said you were the first innovative producer of dates. Elaborate on that, because there seem to be so many producers of dates. So that's the one question. Second, you said something about 25,000 kilograms that you have produced of dates. In terms of money, turnover, profits, can you elaborate on that? Your 10-year vision you enunciated. In terms of investment, how do you expect to meet this 1,000 kilograms a day factory, the costs and things of that sort? So a number of gaps in your presentation, otherwise excellent. I would look forward to hearing those gaps being filled. And tasting the dates as well, as Ihab says. I must try that.
That 25,000 kg, it is only the processed dates. But we have another, like loose dates and pastries. It's not mentioned in my slides.
In terms of riyals and paise, turnover and profit per year or whatever it is, are you making money?
Yes.
So what are those numbers?
Before the profit formation, it was not that much, but because we start with high margin. But now, because after experience, we try to less the expenses and make more profit and margin. So the profit increase more than before when we start.
How much is that? Is it a very big secret to judge you?
Can say the 150% of the before. I will not say the number.
Okay, accepted, accepted. Now tell me, you said innovative lollipop sounds nice, but in your main markets, what's innovation that you've done?
I add flavors, shapes for the dates, and it's like add value for the Omani dates, which what we know in the market, it's only the processed dates. So if you want to give like a gift, you cannot take that date and give as a gift. So we add a value to can present like a gift and hospitality for the Omani dates.
Excellent. And your 10-year vision, how do you intend to fund that? What's the quantum of funding required, and how do you expect to get there?
Today we have one contract with Oman Air, and now we are working in another contract. I hope, inshallah, we will get it soon. We will start our first outlet, and it will be different theme and different idea. We will provide Omani pastries, and we will start to catering small finger food with Omani pastries also. So I think it will help to increase our income.
شذا ما شاء الله عليك يعني. أول سؤال فين مكان? Where is the location of your shop?
Our workshop it's in Al Amirat, and the first outlet will be in the Sarouj Masamul.
Okay. My question is, you've been in the market for the last 3 or 4 years, yeah?
From 2011.
11. How come? I mean, I'm speaking for myself. I haven't heard about your product. Yeah. So where's the marketing section there in your company?
We market for our product business to business. I myself go into the companies, and we focus before to have a contract with the corporate to have like base customer. And they have a social media like in Instagram, Facebook. We market about through it. And they attend some exhibitions in Oman and outside.
So do you have a strategy to market to the consumers?
Yes, this is the plan of the outlet, to be available in the market for the consumer also.
So through your own outlets, through retail?
Yes.
And how about through other people's outlets, like supermarkets or?
I prefer to have my own brand in a market, not through the supermarket shelves.
Just, so how much does an outlet cost you?
Pardon?
How much does an outlet cost you to start an outlet?
1,000.
That's it?
100,000.
How much?
100,000.
To open an outlet? One outlet?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No.
That's too high, I think. And how big is this outlet?
900 square meter.
900 square meter or 90 square meter?
90 square meter, sorry.
Okay. We'll talk later. Maybe I can help you.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. It's my pleasure.
Just maybe a small comment. Sorry, Sheda, while you were just now answering to Ali's question, myself and Rafael were having a discussion saying he wanted to buy some dates as a corporate. If you notice, most of the comments here is about marketing. Focus a lot on marketing, even if it's B2B, business to business. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sheda. It's indeed a wonderful idea to combine the traditional with modern in order to promote an Omani brand. Our next candidate for the presentation will be Mr. Ali Al Khalil.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good morning. I guess it's still morning for everyone. My name is Ali Al Khalili. I'm founder and CEO of Green Galaxy. When you walk to the beaches every day, you find people running, you find people exercising, not only young people, you find families, you will find kids, you will find all segment of the community going there. So we thought, why not to have the advancement of this young generation in a healthy lifestyle through supporting those activities, those sports activities here in Oman. I have gone through some statistics that in WHO, that in Oman, one of the top 10 causes of death, one of them is diabetes, which is 1,000 people. This is as per the latest statistics in 2012. 1,000 people dying because of diabetics. And this diabetes can be cured through supporting the healthy life of the community. So we thought creating and promoting this healthy culture within our community, and this is by providing the sports gears at an affordable prices. This is based on why we want to do it, and by participating in the community sports activities, and also by sponsoring a local sport teams within the community as a support to the community. So this is in 2014. We thought of starting our sports shop or sports business. We do the sportswear, sport accessories, shoes, and everything. Later in 2014, last year, we started also going to the martial arts, which is kickboxing and Muay Thai, Taekwondo, and other activities of that. So we found the problem, we analyzed the market here in Oman. We find the problem that people feeling a problem of distance if they want to buy, for example, a shoes, a football shoes. They either to go to Rui or go to a Sip. They're very, very limited, and between these points are a huge population. So the location of them, of course, they need to drive for about minimum 15 to 20 kilometers to get just a simple shoes to play a football. and affordability and the time accessibility also between those shops. And we thought, why don't we waive those obstacles and make it easier to the people? Our team consists by me, and I have 2 salesmen with me, and we managed to have a strategic partner, and I call them, they are also a team of us. We managed to have a strategic partner internally in Oman, and we are proudly partnership with RevGX Oman, the most promising fitness center in Oman. And we are also partnering with MMA Pro Stores. They are located in Kuwait. They are specialized in the martial arts equipment. And when we looked at the market, we have 2 segments for our pro. We have a corporate segment and we have the consumer segment. The corporate segment, they are governments and companies, clubs and teams. And we have a consumer segment, so they are individuals, and the local teams, which we can find it during the villages. We estimate that we made at least 5% of the market share in the government sector, because they are big competitors for corporate levels, and we are almost 10% in the local. If we look at the competitive landscapes, we have in the corporate level, we have a huge competitor with Muscat Sports, Go Sports, or Sports for All, San and Sand, all these big names, which is difficult for us as a startup to compete with them, but that doesn't mean we cannot in the future. Also, we have a consumer levels. We have the only market which is in the Seep and Rui, which are the normal people who can go and buy, or those people who doesn't have the strong purchasing power. When we started this business, we are almost started in 2014 with an initial of about $30,000 to set up the business. And I have here some statistics. Yes, about 35,000, which we can create about $10,000 of stock at the beginning. And alhamdulillah, within the first month itself, we found it that is running perfectly. We have not been going into any loss or something like that. So currently, we managed within 1 year to double that. So now we have about stock of $80,000. Our current, our stock is about $20,000 of stocks, and we have managed to have our sales revenue up to $80,000 in this year. We are planning, inshallah, for the 2016 to go beyond that and to try to take some of the shares from the corporate level, and we are planning to double our sales and to double our stocks as well. The future projection, what we're targeting is to achieve at least 10% of the corporate level by the end of 2016. We are currently at 5%. We're planning to increase it by 2016. And we are also to reach out to we're planning to start a wholesale distribution chain in Oman, inshallah, within the beginning of 2016. And to expand also our showroom in a better location and a wider selection, inshallah, maybe by the mid of or second quarter of 2016. And expand the martial arts equipments. This new era in Oman, the new environment is coming up with the martial arts, kickboxing, Muay Thai, different thoughts. We are planning to continue on this demand, to take this demand. So by creating sport discipline and contributing in the communities, we believe that we can build a healthier Oman, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali Al-Khalil. Very good presentation, and already a successful business indeed. Let's proceed to the questions, please.
Ali, why didn't you, what made you decide to do this thing on your own? Why didn't you go the franchising model?
Franchising model, when I tried to look at it actually, and it really cost for me as a young entrepreneur who doesn't have the cash flow or strength in that. So we thought we can do it by ourselves, and we need to have it. It's an in-country value. We don't want something from outside. We need to create this within Oman.
I don't think I don't think that's the right way. I think bringing something from outside, you're actually buying the know-how to create in-country value. There's nothing wrong with that. And the other thing that you're avoiding by reinventing the wheel, and also you're positioning yourself where you can compete against the likes of GoSport, who are a big multinational company in the same space that you're operating. Your strength is the fact that you're from the community, you understand this community and your customers a lot more than the guy who has a franchise in Dubai, who's, actually I know the franchise owner of GoSport, he's a Qatari.
Okay.
And he's the one who came and opened it here. You have the advantage, you're from the community, and you have much better insight, so you can actually add a lot more value to the foreign franchise to your benefit than anybody else. So the reason why I'm saying this, there is this uqda with us Omanis, it's foreign and we have to reinvent the whole thing. Yeah, there's no uqda. The expertise is there, you pay them money and bring it to our benefit, to make you rich.
I'm taking the expertise through creating a partnership with international people, and recently, just about 6 months, we have partnership with the MMA Pro Store, which they are in Kuwait. So getting the expertise through partnership, I feel it's much faster for me because what I want to customize things for the community. It's not for most of the people in Oman, their purchasing power is not extremely high. If you go to the people who are in the school or in the colleges, they cannot afford them buying a shoe of cost of 100 riyal. And most of the people. So we try to fill the gap of their needs.
That's very good that you're approaching it with such close insight into your consumer base. But I still think looking for a franchise operator that suits what you want to do, you should not give up on that because it can add a lot of value to you. And when you're ready and you find the right partner like that, because it will help you in your growth, in your systems, in your management, all of that. It's not just product and a signage. So I think when you're ready, you should, with the experience that you're developing right now and so on, funding should be the easiest thing for you to get. Yeah. So don't be afraid in going out and raising money. There's a lot of money in the market, and people love to back winners and people with experience. And I think you can be one of those.
Actually, I was coming from a different angle. Franchising is, I can't beat Ali, you're the expert in Oman, but I was thinking of it from a different point of view, Ali. You said you're going to expand through the different channels. I was just wondering, how would you do that?
I'm planning to expand my showroom in this year, inshallah, and I'm planning to have it with our strategic partnership. This will reduce the financial part of it, but of course we'll have better expertise to grow it.
But one shop.
Yes, recently we have in our showroom, but it's very small comparatively, and we want to expand it a better place.
Because again, I'm not the expert. Maybe you can have a word with Ali. But maybe another model would be to develop your business as a franchise, so you can actually sublease to others in Oman, so you can grow as well. But I'm not the expert, so
that maybe I'm going through the wholesale. If you think about expanding through our chain, we are planning to have it a wholesale chain, creating the chain in Oman.
Fine. I would like to make 2 comments on the side. I love the idea that you partnered with some of the end users, or the spaces. I think it would have helped a lot your presentation if you actually showed us the picture of your current outlet. I felt it was missing. It's there. Be proud of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's there, isn't it?
It is.
This is a perfect opportunity to market it now.
It is there. Yes.
Okay. That's all. That's 2 comments there.
Thank you very much.
And the location.
Ali, it's a shop, not a showroom. Remember.
Excuse me?
It's a shop, not a showroom, right?
Yes, it's a shop. But I want to call it to be a showroom, to be looking future.
Showroom you show, shop you sell. What do you want to do?
I'm selling as well.
Thank you.
I sell and show as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Ali Al Halil. Thank you for your presentation and also for trying to make Oman a healthier place. The last to present her presentation will be Miss Nadia Mabsali.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Nadia Mabsali. I'm an architect and the owner of 23 Degrees North. Sorry. Yeah, can you hear me now? Nadia Mabsali. I am an architect and owner and co-founder of 23 Degrees North, an architectural consultancy based and born in Muscat 4 years ago. We believe that good design creates value, and we seek to produce architecture appropriate to place. Before I tell you more about our company, I'd like to ask you all a question. Have you experienced the space in a very special way, almost a spiritual way, as if it was a lost memory? Yeah, maybe? I see a couple of smiles. Brilliant. Just keep that in your mind and ask yourselves, could it be possible that that experience was so special because it was able to connect you in a raw and powerful way to your immediate environment? Yeah? Well, that is what 23 Degrees North is all about. 23 Degrees North is the latitude of Muscat and a celebration of everything that comes along with that. Landscape, topography, climate, culture, even religion, and most importantly, the people. We are the perfect marriage between the professional expertise associated with the West and the cultural sensitivity that comes with working in modern-day Muscat. Meet our team. 23 Degrees North is driven by the desire to respond to cultural needs, contemporary cultural needs. We believe that good design creates value and endeavor to make every single project a delightful experience. We believe we seek to produce architecture appropriate to place, architecture that places every single one of you in direct connection to your environment. 23 Degrees North is the first chartered Omani architectural practice. We are professionally recognized by both the Royal Institute of British Architects and the Architects Registration Board. And I'm very proud to say that I'm the first female Omani chartered architect in the country. Thank you very much. These are some of our completed projects. 23 Degrees North multicultural capabilities are a combination of our experiences and our personalities. The two co-founding members, myself and Stuart Comte, and our team of very young and talented architects and designers, whom we lovingly refer to as Team Pink. Over the four past years, we have invested in creating and establishing a network of like-minded professionals and sub-consultants, whom together with us strive to give our clients bespoke project teams to fulfill the requirements of their project while maintaining high levels of competitiveness within the market. So let's talk about market. When you talk about market and you talk about numbers in the construction industry, the numbers get really, really big, really, really quickly. According to the Oman Contractors Forum, the value of projects planned in Oman between now and 2017 is in the region of 21 billion Omani riyals. Now, we've identified 31% of that sector, of those sectors that we can contribute our services towards. But that is still construction value. We're a consultancy, and that is usually between 5 to 10%. I'm quite conservative, so I've taken 5%. 5% of the 31% is 300 million. Our share of that, thanks to the Omani government, who has made an obligation to hand over 10% of that to us SMEs, is 30 million. Still pretty big. We share that with our sub-consultants at a 50-50 split. It's still really, really big. It's quite frightening, to be honest. But let's come down to earth, to reality. Our annual audited reports say that we revenued last year 200,000 Omani riyals. That is very, very modest when you think of these numbers. Our biggest weakness is our inability to market and sell ourselves. But to be honest, that is why I am here. Over the past 4 years, most of our work has come by way of recommendation and referral, and we were quite happy about that. But our marketing experts tell us that that encapsulates only 20% of our potential market, which means that there is 80% out there for us to go and get. And this is going to be our mission for the next 3 years. We're going to up our marketing, and we're going to up our sales, and we're going to up our participation in events like this. So Experiment Events, keep up the good work. So that was our market in terms of numbers. Our market in terms of faces is typically our client is a young professional Omani who probably studied abroad because he's experienced what added value good design can give him, not just in terms of investment, but enhanced quality of life. We found these Omanis are entering into positions of decision-making within their corporations, and very early on in establishing a working relationship with them on a personal project, we are quickly recommended to corporate portfolio. This has been our experience so far, but it's still quite a niche market. And in our attempts to break into that 80% through means of creating awareness and education, we held an open studio last year where we invited everyone and anyone into our office to book a 1-hour slot and talk to us about any project, any type and any scale, and we gave them free consultancy for 1 hour. This had a success rate of 50%. Our competition can be divided into 4, or can be described in 4 ways. Number 1, the cost against the cheap engineer who designs per square meter rate. Number 2 is the professional competition, who consultants like Huckle and Huler and Arcop who provide similar services to ours with similar fees. Number 3 is the larger scale projects competing against people like Atkins and Cowie. And number 4 is the competition that we actually inspire. In summary, I'd like to say that we believe that good design creates value, and good design is design appropriate to place. We've been doing this for 4 years. We love what we do, and only now are we seeing the fruit of our labor come to fruition through our completed projects on site. It was a huge boost to our confidence when early this year we were awarded with the Riyada Entrepreneurship Prize for Best Small SME in the Service Sector for excellence in performance. And I'd like to take this opportunity right now to thank Team Pink for believing in our values and working so hard to make them a reality. So thank you, Team Pink. I'm ready for your questions now.
Thank you very much, Ms. Nadia Makbul. I can see it's a very creative presentation, and I can really see potential in your business. Thank you very much. Let's hear now the last round of questions.
Nadia, my God. Okay, that's an excellent presentation. You haven't only captured our minds, but our hearts as well.
Thank you.
You mentioned at the end that you love what you do. I think we love what you do.
Thank you. Yeah.
On a serious note, you mentioned we need to focus on marketing. We've seen architects around. We've seen architects in Oman. The way you position yourself is very different. I think it's unique in all senses. And uniqueness is something that you cannot copy with others, especially when it comes from inside. I think it seems like the team is also living the same dream. So when you go into marketing, try also to keep that unique. The approach unique, because I don't think conventional marketing will suit you.
Okay.
You mentioned something about having a studio competition. I think you need to do more of those.
Okay.
So if referrals and word of mouth was the best way you have been getting orders so far, I think you need to think of ways in marketing, how can I strengthen that even further? Don't try to think of conventional marketing.
Okay.
I think that might spoil your position, my honest opinion.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Nadia.
Hello.
So you look like you have tons of passion and dedication. That's great. You need that. I just wanted to know, what is it because of your education background that you decided to go into this line of business, or is it something else?
Well, I was always passionate about design when I was a student at high school. I remember telling my parents that I wanted to do something that marries between the creativeness of drawing and art and science. I excelled in those two subjects. And I was very lucky to get a scholarship to study architecture. And I worked in London for 4 years. I became chartered, and I came back and I worked for 3 years here. And I think you come to a point when you work for somebody else that you realize that you really need to be faithful to yourself and to your own vision. And I felt that, I'm totally in love with the landscape here and the culture and the people. And that almost demands, for me, a certain language and built environment. And I just felt that I could only be faithful to that if I set up my own practice.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that answers your question.
No, it does. So obviously you're very passionate about it from childhood. So you just built on that passion and established a business on the back of it. That's great. My only, I have no doubt, and you seem very determined and switched on and on top of your game. So that's fantastic. My only concern is that there are other factors like the market. You mentioned Huckles and Quad and all these guys. They're out there and they've been there for a long time. They have a lot of good relationships with customers and so on. So my concern, or not the concern, but what I'm curious to know is that what's your game plan to beat these guys and come out ahead?
Well, we still have. I did work for Atkins in London and Oman, and they played a big role in what I am today. And I still have a very good relationship with them. Same thing with Quad. I worked with Quad. So these are guys that I have a lot of respect for. The way that, first of all, I probably compete with them by working with them. And then on the other hand, because of the RIBA and the ARB standard of quality, that makes us ideal to work with international firms abroad. So, companies, me and my partner, we both studied in the UK, and we have very strong relationships with consultants in the UK, expert consultants, really big consultants, whom would be able to help us to compete against the bigger guys in the market here.
Okay. But how do you establish a name for yourself at par with the likes of Quad and Huckle? I'm assuming you're going to be competing with them, right? You're not just going to be doing subcontract work.
No. Our competitive edge is that we are Omani. We speak Arabic on all levels of our company. So that already, from my experience, gives us quite a competitive edge. We are the perfect marriage between, the RIBA and the ARB, and to the local sensitivity that comes with working here, be it at a residential private level or at a big corporate level. It's all about relationships in this environment. Thirdly, we are young, we are approachable, we are motivated, we are enthusiastic, and we're professional. So that is another competitive edge. And lastly, we are purposefully small, which means that we maintain flexibility and competitiveness. And through our network of like-minded sub-consultants, we, together as a team, can hopefully compete against the bigger guys.
Okay, I have an idea for you. So instead of just depending, and not depending, but you can milk it, and you should. The fact that you're SME and there's all these benefits and the government is giving you 10%, so go for that. But in addition to that, what I would ask of the government, especially the newspapers and the media channels, is to help you guys to get your word out there about your product, about your company, about what you do and so on, so people get to know who you are, so you can actually tell your story. Because I know it can be expensive if you do it on your own. So on the SME thing, one of the requests you guys should make to the government is to give you some airtime on, be it print media, be it outdoor media, be it television, whatever it may be. And this applies to all of you, by the way. Anyway, thank you and good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I make a small comment? Sorry, I think it's important. You know why that question was hard for you? We can tell. It was a bit tough, wasn't it?
The competition one?
Yeah. I think, from my point of view, you're not on the same playing field anyway, which is a good thing. You have your own field. It's nothing wrong with that. You're not competing with an immediate. I think you have your own playing field. People who come to you, and you can tell by the clients who come to you. Clients who come to you are not comparing you to others. They're coming to you because of the passion you have, and that's why I believe that you have you have developed a new playing field. And that's why I feel that your uniqueness shouldn't be, your energy shouldn't be taken from what is our competition doing, but in conveying your message stronger. Okay? So I think you grow that way.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I would like to thank all our junior entrepreneurs, first of all. And second of all, I would like to thank to the panel, because they had very valuable advices for the juniors and promising entrepreneurs. And I'm really positive that the senior entrepreneurs that are here with us will actually contact you, and they will like to collaborate with you and maybe invest in your business soon. The winner of Entrepreneur Conclave 2015 will be shortly announced. But meanwhile, as I promised you, we have Mr. Fraser Dorte here. So he will share with us a very inspiring story of how he got the jam from his grandmother's kitchen and actually made it a worldwide product, very well known. Let's listen to the story of the SuperJam, please. Welcome.
Thank you. Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Fraser Doherty. I'm 26 years old. I come from Edinburgh in Scotland, and I was very kindly invited here today to share my story with you. And that's the story of how I learned my grandmother's secret jam recipe at the age of 14. And over the past 9 or 10 years, I've turned her recipes into a company that has since sold millions of jars of jam through thousands of stores around the world. I'd first like to thank all of today's finalists. I'm sure, like all of you, I've thoroughly enjoyed hearing everyone's stories, and I've been very inspired by everything that you've achieved. I guess that my adventure as an entrepreneur began at an unusually young age, and ever since I was a little boy, I was involved in coming up with ideas to try and start my own business. And probably the most harebrained story of all came from when I was about 10, and I visited a chicken farm with my childhood friend. And we convinced the farmer to give us a box of eggs, which we took home to my mum and dad, and explained that we'd had this great business idea, that we would keep the eggs warm so they would hatch, and we would start our own chicken farm in the back garden. And as I'm sure you can imagine, my parents weren't very excited by this business idea of turning the house into a farm, but they let us give it a shot, not really expecting that 2 10-year-old boys could find a way of hatching eggs. And so we put the box of eggs on top of the TV, where it was kind of warm. And amazingly, a few weeks later, 4 of the eggs hatched into little chickens. And I mean, the poor things probably thought that Oprah Winfrey was their mum, you know, but we raised them in the house and we gave them names, and soon we put them out into the back garden and they started laying eggs, and we sold the eggs to the neighbors. And so that was my first ever business at the age of 10. Unfortunately though, my career as a chicken farmer was sadly cut short one afternoon when the local fox decided to eat my chickens for dinner. And as tragic and upsetting as that day was, it didn't put me off completely, and I continued to come up with more and more ideas to try and start my own business. And so one afternoon, when I was 14 years old, I was visiting my grandmother, and she was making jam in her kitchen just in the same way as she had for as long as I can remember. And that's a picture of my grandmother there. She's the one in the middle. And I got really excited about it, and I asked my gran to teach me how to make jam. And we spent the afternoon making a few jars together, and the same day I ran around to the supermarket and I bought some fruit and made a few jars of my own. And before they'd even cooled down, I took them around the neighborhood and asked the neighbors what they thought. Thankfully, the neighbors at least told me that they enjoyed these first few jars of jam that I had ever made, and asked if they could start buying it from me every couple of weeks. And so I was soon making deliveries door to door out of a little plastic bucket all over the local area. After a while, the local newspaper heard about this story of a young guy taking his grand's jam recipes and making a little business out of them. And that's an article from page 3 of the Edinburgh Evening News from when I was about 15, which I guess probably just meant there wasn't really anything happening in town that day for something like that to make it into the news. But following the excitement of being written about in the newspaper, I soon started working full-time on trying to turn my jam-making hobby into my career. And so I soon found myself cooking jam all day, every day, in my parents' tiny little kitchen, cooking up to 1,000 jars of jam a week and selling them at farmers' markets all over Scotland. Soon it got to the point where my parents couldn't get into the kitchen to cook the dinner anymore, and I realized I was going to have to come up with some kind of big idea to move production into a factory. And so I started doing a lot of research, and I found out that, unfortunately, sales of jam have been falling for maybe 20 years, mostly because jam is very unhealthy, usually 70 or 80% sugar. And I guess when I looked at the other brands of jam on the supermarket shelves, I figured they were very traditional, they were kind of boring, nothing had changed for a very long time. And I just figured that maybe I could come up with a healthier and more modern and more fun brand of jam. And so hundreds of batches and lots of recipes later, in my parents' little kitchen, I came up with a way of making jam 100% from fruit, without adding any sugar or anything artificial. I soon had a few flavors that I thought tasted pretty nice, and probably quite naively decided I was going to try and sell them to the big supermarkets. And that was something that a teenager had never done before, but I got my big break, I guess, when I got a chance to pitch my idea to Waitrose, one of the big supermarkets in the UK. And Waitrose host Meet the Buyer Days, which I like to describe as the X factor of selling groceries to supermarkets. And hundreds of people show up and stand in a queue holding their homemade cakes and soups and sauces, and everybody gets 10 minutes to pitch their idea, in my case to the senior jam buyer of Waitrose. And he said it was a great idea. He said it was a lot of fun to see this kid turning up in my dad's suit, probably 2 sizes too big for me. But he explained there was a long way to go until I would ever have a product I could sell to a supermarket. I'd have to set up production in a factory and offer them a good price. I'd have to get labels designed that explained to people why they should buy my products, and I'd have to do a bit more work on my recipes before he'd be happy. But he promised that if I could do all of that, I'd be welcome to go back, maybe in a year's time, and you think about giving it a shot. So having met with the supermarket, it became my dream to one day see my products on their shelves. And I began by trying to create the SuperJam brand, the design of the labels and the website and everything else. And working with some designers, we figured that there was a link between SuperJam and Superman. Or so we thought. And decided to create the brand around a comic book theme. We had lots of fun writing jokes on the labels and on the lids. And we even spoke about making a superhero costume for me, the Jam Boy, to wear at the launch of the whole thing, which I was quite looking forward to. So we then had this set of labels that I thought looked pretty cool, and definitely my teenage friends at the time thought were very funny. And they began trying to solve the problem of how to produce hundreds of thousands of jars of jam to sell to the big supermarkets. And obviously at 17 years old, I wasn't going to be able to build my own jam factory. I would have to convince an existing manufacturer to work with me to make my recipes on a big scale. And so I traveled around the country, from the tiny little islands in Scotland to the big cities in England, trying to find somebody with a jam factory who was willing to work with me. And as I'm sure you can imagine, most of these 100-year-old, very traditional family businesses were a bit skeptical of a 17-year-old kid turning up with no money and no experience and no idea how supermarkets worked and no idea how factories worked. But eventually I found one factory who were willing to give my ideas a shot. A few months later, we figured out how to produce my recipes on a big scale, and I figured I was ready to start supplying Waitrose. Oh, Waitrose didn't agree. They explained to me the fact that SuperJam was made 100% from fruit and was all natural had been completely lost in all the jokes and humor on the comic book labels. They said the factory I chose was way too expensive, and they didn't even like the flavors I'd made. So basically everything that I just spent a year working on had to be thrown in the bin, and I started all over again. So I traveled around a bit more and eventually convinced a new factory to work with me. The designers and I sat down and created packaging that was a lot more simple and modern, and they got our message of 100% fruit across much better. And thankfully, after all of that, Waitrose agreed. And they launched SuperJam in all of their 300 stores all over the UK about 8 years ago now. And that, of course, meant we did the first production run in the factory. It was very exciting and quite an emotional day. I think we made something like 50,000 jars on the first day. And when SuperJam launched in Waitrose, there was a huge amount of media coverage. And I had no idea that this would happen, but I found myself being written about in newspapers and magazines and interviewed on TV. And I guess to try and take advantage of all of this media coverage, I went on a sort of rock and roll style tour around all the supermarkets, handing out samples and telling people all about my gran and my story. And I think on the first day in one store in Edinburgh, where I come from, they sold more than 1,500 jars of SuperJam in one day, which was more jam than they would normally sell in a whole month. They'd never seen anything like it. And I think it got to the point where if anybody tried to go through the checkout without buying any SuperJam, the person working on the checkout would ask if they'd forgotten. And so then we had a big party when we sold the millionth jar. We launched in about 2,000 more supermarkets around the world. I was invited to have dinner with the Prime Minister at Downing Street when he heard about it, which was kind of cool. My grandmother and I visited Buckingham Palace to meet Prince Charles. We were given a medal. SuperJam was entered into the National Museum of Scotland. Thank you. As an example of an iconic Scottish brand alongside Iron Brew and Baxter Soup and Tunnock's tea cakes. Probably the biggest promotion that we ever did was we gave away a free jar of SuperJam to every reader of the Sun newspaper. And I think the Sun is the biggest newspaper in the English-speaking world, maybe 5.5 million readers every day. And so my proudest moment of all, as a Scottish person, was being able to share the front page of The Sun with Scotland's national icon, the winner of Britain's Got Talent, Miss Susan Boyle. Another particular highlight of mine was making my debut on QVC, the home TV shopping channel. And so I go on the TV and tell the story, and people pick up their phones and buy jam through their TV. And that's been a surprising success. We've launched SuperJam in countries as far away from home as Australia, in countries as unusual as Russia. The country we've had the most success in has been South Korea, where we have a team of 5 people working there selling our products. But when we recently launched in Japan, my life story was made into a dramatized TV reenactment in which I was played by a small Indian boy. Something got lost in translation, but never mind. I guess SuperJam was gratefully received a number of awards along the way, and I'm not telling you about them to boast by any means, but the one that I'm most proud of was called the Global Student Entrepreneur of the Year Award. And that was a competition much like today's event where 700 kids from all around the world went to America and did pitches about their business ideas. And most of the other kids in the competition were running .com businesses, software companies, iPhone apps, and I was there selling jam. And amazingly won the award. And I got to meet lots of other young people who had started their own businesses. And for me, that was very inspiring. It was the first time I'd made friends like that. But I guess a kind of a lesson in that story, if you like, would be that a good idea doesn't necessarily have to be high tech. A lot of great ideas are. But a good idea definitely doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. And I like to say that it's possible to make something extraordinary out of something as ordinary as jam. And so I guess from the point of view of sales and media coverage and even winning a few awards, it's all been quite an adventure and I guess something of a success. And that's all fine and well. But something I'm very excited about and ambitious for has been setting up a charity. And to give you some background, when my grandmother originally made jam, she would make jam and scones and cakes, and she'd visit all the elderly people in her area who were maybe living on their own or in care homes, and she would drag my little brother and I with her at the weekends, and he'd play his guitar and I'd tell them stories, and I guess it was something that my gran felt strongly about. And so I thought it would be nice to do something like that on a big scale. And a couple of years ago, we started running free tea parties in community centres and care homes and hospitals, originally in Scotland, but we've now had them all over the UK and some countries abroad. We have more than 100 tea parties every year. The biggest ones have had maybe 600 elderly people at them. So thousands of people have come along and hopefully had a nice time. I guess to try and raise some money for the tea parties, my grandmother and I decided to share our jam-making secrets with the world by publishing a cookbook all about how to make jam without adding sugar. I've also written a book called Super Business, all about my story and the advice that people have given me along the way. The books have gone on to be published in Korean, and Chinese, and Japanese. I've no idea what they say exactly, but my grandmother and I are very happy nonetheless. And I guess that's kind of my story. And perhaps what my story shows is that something that can begin for anyone as a very simple idea in a kitchen or a bedroom or a garage with a bit of love and imagination and hard work can grow into something amazing, can grow into something that changes your life. I know that SuperJam has certainly changed mine. Can grow into something that gives you a career and hopefully a chance to give something back to your community. I guess there's a number of people that I need to thank for making my story possible, not least, of course, my grandmother for teaching me how to make jam in the first place. My gran is thankfully unaware of her intellectual property rights. No, she's very proud of everything that's happened, of course. My gran visits the supermarket and makes sure all the labels are facing the front and turns the competitors around the wrong way. My parents for letting me cook jam in their kitchen for years on end. But probably the best help and support I had was from having a mentor, a guy called Kevin, who had started a business and was willing to share some of the lessons that he had learned with me. And I guess the last people that I need to thank on my amazing adventure are Zamil for very kindly inviting me here, and all of you for very kindly giving me the chance to come and share my story with you. It's been a real honor. I believe we have plenty of time for questions, if there's anything anyone would like to ask. But other than that, thank you.
Indeed, an inspirational story. I think this proves that great idea comes from unexpected places, like from the kitchen. Finally, we have reached the moment when we will find out our winner. I'm sure this is a very difficult task because we have very competitive entrepreneurship today. But before that, I would like to mention our sponsors, and I would like to invite them one by one here. Okay, please proceed in front. Mr. Ahmed Al Mabsali, sorry for that. Okay. Muhaibil. I hope I'm right this time, right? Muhaibil? Okay, please proceed in front. Mr. Ahmed Muhaibil is the Deputy Director General of Administration, IT MSM. Mr. Ali Kamal Dawood, CEO of Dawood Group of Companies. Ms. Felicity Groover, Managing Director of Y Magazine. Mr. Rob Williams, CEO of Redline Communication. And Mr. Zamil Amin from Experiment Events. And the winner is, we have the winner?
It's kind of, but let's create some excitement. I don't want to announce the name.
Let's create some excitement. Oh, many numbers here. Okay. This.
Okay. As everybody is on stage, I will not take much of time on this one. Okay, let's start with the audience. Who do you think is a winner? All? Yeah, that's for sure already. I mean, that's like, even actually, we had created like a personal WhatsApp group between the juniors when we were talking to them all the time, and they were actually talking to each other saying that we all are winners, we don't want to compete and things like that. It's very tight, close points actually. I would say there's a difference of only 5 to 6 points between the first like 3. To start with, I would not call like numbers. If everybody wants the points, we can share it later. Who's on third at the moment is 402 Sheda Al Jabri.
Congratulations.
And okay. 437. Okay, basically these points are out of your each slides. I guess we have explained to you, like 10 points for each slides. 437 is Nadia Al Mabsali. That's on second.
Congratulations, Miss Nadia.
Okay, as I said, that's 437, and the next score is 441. So we're just talking about like a difference of 5. Is Joka, who is the Entrepreneurs Conclave winner. Can we have Joka on stage, please? Come, Joka.
Congratulations, Ms. Joha, our winner today of Entrepreneur Conclave 2015. Let's give her a round of applause. And another round of applause for our sponsors, please.
We also have a token of appreciation from Sapco Media, which is a 5,000 Riyal worth of media campaign on all Sapco Media channels, which is Merge, Al Wasal, Y Magazine.
And now I would like to ask Ms. Johan Al Husseini, our winner today. I'd like to ask her to share a few words with us about her experience with Entrepreneur Conclave 2015. Please.
There is no questions after this, so you can speak anything you want.
Assalamu alaikum. I didn't believe I'm one of the winners because I've thought one of my colleagues, she's the best more than me, Nadia. Always I'm looking Nadia, she's best of me. And I would like to thank Entrepreneurs Conclave 2015, give me opportunity today, and also the hiking, which give me more experience. And I have also already project in my hand through that hiking in Jabal Akhdar. Inshallah, I will share that with all group and Ihab especially because he give me motivation always. And inshallah, that's a project that will go on, and I'm going to give it to the Minister of Tourism and ongoing appointment. Inshallah, we'll do that project. And I would like to thank everybody who attended today and all the sponsors.
Can we have all finalists on stage, please? Mr. Ali, Zahir, Turki, Munir, Nadia, Shata. Yeah. And also, can we have our senior entrepreneurs? Anwar Al Asmi from Reality CG, Ali Al Lawati from Nasma Telecommunications. We have Aisha Al Hajri here. We have Huda Al Lawati here. Nikhil Sampath. Please, please. No, it's the other way around. It's the other way around. Thank you all. I didn't call Rashid. Is he around still? We said senior entrepreneurs. Rashid, you should have come up. Anyways, where is Rashid? Where is Rashid? I don't have to call your name. You're a brand ambassador. We'll Photoshop you. Okay, just to finish up quickly, I'm sure I've taken most valuable time on your Sunday today. Inshallah, thank you for all your support. Thank you for being here. We would come back next year pretty strong. We haven't really thought about what we need to do, but for sure, like as Joka just mentioned, like the case study what we made for Jabal Akhdar is actually going to be a real-time case study, and we are trying to make it happen in future. So next year we have few plans. We are looking at Musandam maybe as an activity, and let's build something in Musandam from the SME side of view. Thank you once again. We are open for lunch, and please have lunch and network, and yeah, let's meet in 2016. Thank you. Okay, if all the juniors wants to see the points, they can actually come to me. I have the list. Shata has a request. Can all of you taste her dates? I mean, she had mentioned if all of you can taste her dates, please. Sheda Al Jabri, Mishan.